Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 610, I think I'm up to today. Yes, here's the caveat. I'm in my camper van. I am traveling to do some things. I'm still working and I want to get these episodes out. So I'm doing a couple back to back. The lighting is terrible, I know, and I'm very, very casual, so I do apologize, but I do want to get these episodes out. Today, we're going to be asking the question, do we really need to dive into Google Analytics 4, or could something simpler or maybe even free be a better fit for your business? GA4, Google Analytics 4, has been hyped as the future of analytics, but for many business owners, it feels overwhelming, confusing, and maybe even unnecessary. So let's have a look at it. First of all, Google Analytics 4 is Google Analytics' latest release. Previous to Google Analytics 4, they ran a system called Universal Analytics about a year ago, maybe a little bit more. They released GA4. We call it GA4, Google Analytics 4, number 4. They released that and we had to go into our analytics accounts. I had to do it for a number of clients and convert their Universal Analytics sites across to GA4 sites. It wasn't easy. It wasn't particularly clear. And honestly, I think there have been some of my clients have just gone, it's too hard, we're not using it anymore. Like they're still tracking, but they're not using it. They can't get stuff out of it. And here's why. Let's go into the why of it and what I think we might be able to do instead. GA4 is different. But what makes it different? Well, previously we used to track sessions. I would come to a website on my desktop and I would enter the site and I would move across the site and I would do things and I would leave. And that would be a session and that would be tracked and that would be put over here. Then I'd come to my phone and I'd do it on my phone and I'd, I was looking at this page, so I'm going to go back in and look at that page and do that on my phone. That's another session that gets archived off or that gets put into the information. Site owners could look at that. They could see where we entered our sites. We could see just from a snapshot on the Universal Analytics dashboard, we could see the number of visitors. We could see our bounce rate. We could see a whole heap of things. GA4 has moved that to an events-based tracking system. It doesn't use sessions anymore. Rather, everything is an event, a page view, a scroll, a button click. It gives more detail, but it also changes how the reports are presented and how we need to think about the reports. So it's an entire mind shift change for those of us that use analytics and for people who are using analytics to improve their marketing, improve the flow through their website, etc. Google Analytics 4 is built for a world where people start on a phone, then move to a desktop, and then maybe use an app, or maybe they start on their desktop and then go to the app, and then maybe they use their phone. It tries to tie the whole journey together. So rather than just having these pieces of information, these cuts of information, which may or may not be the same user, may or may not be the same person, or it might be the same person, but you've got snippets of what they were doing, you just can't quite tie them together. GA4 attempts to resolve that. It attempts to tie that all together. So you can see when I come back to a site, you can see when I change from my desktop to my phone, or my phone to my tablet, or go and run up the app to go and do something. It's also that GA4 is also the answer to the privacy and data control laws and legislations and regulations that have come in. With GDPR, with CCPA, and privacy laws, GA4 uses more anonymized and modeled data. That's good for compliance, but sometimes your numbers feel less exact because it models the data. It doesn't actually say this person visited your site 3 times, 5 times. This person clicked on this link X number of times. It models data if it's missing. So sometimes your numbers feel less exact. It uses machine learning driven insights. And this kind of makes me roll my eyes a little, mostly because I worry about them. Google wants GA4 to predict behaviors like who might buy, who might leave. It's useful for big data, but it's less useful for smaller sites. And it relies on modeling of existing data, so it doesn't really take into consideration changes in culture and stuff. It's really hard to model that sort of stuff. Customization versus complexity. GA4 is powerful, but it's also overwhelming. Custom events, custom reports, custom dashboards, it's all possible. But you need the time and you need the expertise to set it up. And if you aren't in it every day, then you are going to have to remember where these things are. You're going to have to remember how you get through things. What are the benefits and the drawbacks? I've already started to address that in what makes it different. So let's dig into that a little. Some of the benefits: it provides deeper insights into user behaviors, funnels, purchase paths, drop-off points. GA4 is great at tracking those detailed journeys. It is something that was missing in UA, Universal Analytics. GA4 does do that much, much better. I have seen those reports. They're quite interesting. One of the benefits that's listed here is long-term sustainability. I know I sound like I'm being a little flippant about it. Long-term sustainability, the only reason that it says long-term sustainability is because GA4 is the only official Google option moving forward. That's why it's long-term sustainable. UA is gone. If you want to use Google Analytics, you're going to have to use GA4. Is that a benefit? It's a thing. It's a reality. Drawbacks. It's a steep learning curve. For many business owners, even finding page views or bounce rates takes way too many clicks. As I said, with Universal Analytics, you could log in, you had a dashboard, you had these, what I would call critical metrics for most websites right on the front page. GA4 doesn't do that. You've got to dig down, you've got to go and find it, you've got to find all of this information. It's missing a lot of familiar features too. So if you were used to using Google Analytics, used to using Universal Analytics, some of those features that were easy in UA just aren't there in GA4, or they just work completely differently. Final drawback that I've got listed here: reporting limitations and confusion. If you only want to know how many visitors have I had, where did they come from, where did they drop off, and how long did they spend on my site, GA4 can feel a lot harder for finding that information than simpler tools. So GA4 is really, really powerful. I don't feel that GA4 is actually designed to help small businesses. And that's not, I don't want that to be an indictment. I don't want that to be a criticism per se. I think that's a reality. I think that Google has realized that big business is probably where the money is. And small businesses, well, if we want to use it, we can, but we have to take the complexity along with it because they need to give this stuff to big business. That's my thoughts anyway. Okay, so Google Analytics was kind of it for a very long time. It was really good. We could put a Google Analytics tracking code on a website. I could give people the login to their analytics account or share their analytics account with them, give them access to it. And they could log in and see these stats at a drop of a hat. They could look at it, they could see the peaks, they could see the troughs, they could see if their traffic was dropping off, they could see their bounce rates, they could come back to me and say, why is the bounce rate so high? What are we doing? I could go and look at it. We could dig down into it. That's a lot more difficult now. That's considerably more difficult now. So what are our alternatives? Because we use analytics a lot, I'm going to say just for SEO. And, it's like, how many visitors are we getting? Are they staying on the site? Are they sticking to the site? What is it? SEO. You might want to just consider using Google Search Console. It's not bad. Now, it's not an analytics program per se. It doesn't give you the depth that GA4 does. It doesn't give you the depth that UA did, but it will tell you the keywords people use to find you. It will tell you how many clicks and impressions you get. It will give you your average search ranking, and it will tell you whether Google is seeing any crawl or indexing errors. Like I said, it's not full analytics. It won't show you time on the site or behavior, but for search visibility, it's one of the best, and I really enjoy it. Two more you might want to consider. These are paid, so Google Search Console is free. These next two are paid. Ahrefs. Think of Ahrefs as an SEO spyglass. It's great for competitor research, finding backlinks and discovering which keywords you're missing. If you're building a content strategy or want to know why your competitor ranks higher, Ahrefs gives you the answers. The downside, it's not cheap. It's for SEO heavy businesses. It's not really for analytics. Okay. SEMrush, SEMrush, again, a paid account. It's more of an all-in-one marketing platform. You get keyword research like Ahrefs, but you also get tools for tracking paid ads, content ideas, and even social media. It's powerful. It's also overwhelming. It can get expensive. If you run ads and you care about SEO and you want content guidance, have a look at it, SEMrush. It brings it all in under one roof. The one that I am looking at that I think will work really well if you're on a WordPress site, WPMU Dev, Analytics, and Beehive. Now, I speak a lot about WPMU Dev. I do use them. I'm going to put my affiliate link in here. It is an affiliate link. I will get a commission something if you decide to take a paid account from WPMU Dev, but it does have some good statistics on it. They have plugins like Beehive that put analytics right inside your dashboard. You can see traffic stats, engagement, and even create white label reports if you're managing client sites for them. It's certainly not as deep or as detailed as GA4 or SEMrush, but for day-to-day website owners, it's easy, it's clear, and it keeps everything in one place. You can log in, you've got it. You could combine tools for a balanced setup. One of the smartest approaches, I think, for small businesses is to combine your tools. For example, like I love Google Search Console. I use it for my SEO data. I look at it to see what keywords people have been looking for. I use it when I'm trying to create content to see what people are searching my site. What questions are people asking when they come to my site? Or what questions do they ask to get to my site? So Google Search Console is great for that free SEO data. WPMU Dev Analytics for your daily WordPress stats. And if you then want to go to the next level of SEO and look at your competitors and keyword research and keyword strategy and some content, Ahrefs or SEMrush, you can do all of them. That you're not going to trip. I don't feel that they're going to trip over each other. I don't feel that they're going to be fighting each other. I think they're going to work really, really nicely together. If you put all those together, you're not going to be drowning in that complexity of GA4, but you're still covering your bases. Now, you might still want to go GA4, and that's fine. But if you are looking at your GA4 interface at the moment, if you've logged in and got, I don't get it, it's too hard, it's taking me too much time, there's some alternatives for you. So do you really need GA4? No, not really. Well, no, not really. No, not always. There you go. If you're a large e-commerce brand, yes, GA4's advanced tracking is well worth the investment. But if you're running a WordPress site, a local business, or just want some actionable insights, you might be better served with the tools that I've discussed today. Google Search Console, the built-in analytics that come with WPMU Dev, Ahrefs, SEMrush. There are other things out there as well. These aren't the only ones. These are just the ones that I found in a very quick search looking for this episode. Sometimes the best analytics tool isn't the most powerful. It's the one you'll actually check, understand, and use. And that, my friends, is probably words to live by. It doesn't matter how powerful something is. If it's so powerful that you don't use it, if it's so complex that you don't use it, then it is useless to your business. I don't care how good the data is it gives you. If you can't use it, you can't use it. It's useless. So find something that works for you. Have a look around. Don't just get stuck with, oh, well, this is the be all and end all. This is the only one out there. There are some other options. You might need to dig a little. Yes, there will be learning curves. There are always learning curves. I'm sorry, that can't be changed. But the learning curve may not be as steep and it may not be as necessary either. Okay. What do you guys think? Have you moved across to GA4? What have you found? I know that I've been using it with a couple of my client sites, and even me, who's in and out of these things every other day or every couple of days, I still get lost in it. I'm like, "Ugh, what am I looking at here? Where am I meant to be?" Have a think on it. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know your experiences. Have I said something you disagree with? Have I said something that's asked more questions than I've answered today? I would love to know. Come and join my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. You can join the community, join the conversations there, start your own conversations. It's designed for business owners to have a place to talk about these things without all that noise around of other people having their marketing say, basically. Yeah, I said it. If not, leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to these videos. I will respond to those. If this video has been helpful, please share it with someone else. That would be fantastic. Give it a like. That would be great too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. Guys, I will see you all the day after tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.